Imagine doing all kinds of amazing things in your life, but only being remembered for that one thing, and maybe something you didn't even really like very much. This is the story of Gelette Burges, MIT grad. He started the boys' clubs in San Francisco, introduced pre-Cubism to the United States, literary journals, stories that were turned into early screenplays, all sorts of things. But what do people remember him for? His poem, The Purple Cow. I never saw a purple cow. I never hoped to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one. That's it, Gelette Burges. Purple cow. So you did something sort of stupid years ago, but now every holiday, family dinner, meeting with old friends, they bring it up. This was the situation with Gelette Burges and his poem, The Purple Cow. Well, in 1897, he wrote a rebuttal. Confessions and a portrait too, upon a background that I rue. Ah, yes, I wrote The Purple Cow. I'm sorry now I wrote it, but I can tell you anyhow, I'll kill you if you quote it. Gelette Burges, The Purple Cow. Sometimes you do something and you don't know that years and years later, it's still going to have an impact in places you never expected. Such is the case of Gelette Burges's The Purple Cow poem. As a matter of fact, when he wrote The Purple Cow, how would he know that Fred Meyer of Meyer's Thrifty Acres, now just Meyer's, would name his ice cream parlors and his ice cream after it and hand out cards entitling people to free ice cream with the poem, The Purple Cow, on the back. I never saw a purple cow. I never hoped to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one. That poem influenced him and his family and a kabillion Myers people that enjoyed free ice cream due to the purple cow. Gelette Burges. It's not just Meyer's Purple Cow that the Purple Cow poem by Gelette Burges influenced, but also an influence of a purple cow itself, which is an ice cream float. An ice cream float with vanilla and grape soda, although some people will say it's still grape juice. And you can find it on menus as early as 1930. And there are several Purple Cow restaurants and places that serve ice cream. There's one in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. There's one in Arkansas. Who knows how many Purple Cow ice cream parlors there are? But do you think that Gelette Burges ever thought that his Purple Cow was in any way about ice cream? There's all kinds of nursery rhymes and things about people bringing their pets to school when they're not supposed to. And the Purple Cow has not escaped being on college campuses. As a matter of fact, Williams College, which is a highly selective school according to U.S. News and World Report, has a purple cow as a mascot. And they say that the purple cow might be named after some other nonsense, but it also seems like it came around about the same time as their humor magazine in 1907, which is interestingly similar to the time that our poem by Gelette Burges, The Purple Cow, came out. So do you think that the Purple Cow at Williams College is one that Williams College Did you know that we used to call all copy machines Xerox machines? And in England, they call vacuum cleaners Hoovers. You've probably used a Kleenex when it wasn't really a Kleenex, or maybe a Q-tip when it wasn't really a Q-tip. And how about a Band-Aid? Well, in marketing, you have to be careful about those things. And the purple cow has something in marketing. According to Seth Godin, who has the 5 P's of marketing: product, price, placement, promotion, and people, the 6th one is a purple cow, which he says has nothing to do with Gelette Burges's poem, The Purple Cow. But I wonder, I never saw a purple cow. In product marketing, you do want to see a purple cow, don't you? Nonsense. Nonsense. No meaning, making no sense, foolish, silly, stupid. They say that The Purple Cow is a nonsense poem. I don't know that that's true. Ogden Nash, who is another nonsense poem writer, wrote about a cow also. The cow is of the bovine ilk. One end is moo, the other milk. Well, thank you, Ogden. That wasn't nonsense at all. And neither is The Purple Cow. Nonsense indeed. That's just nonsense. There was a purple cow from Nantucket. No, wait, that's not how the purple cow goes. That would be the start of a limerick. Limericks were made famous by this guy, Edward Lear, who was an earlier sort of contemporary of Gelette Burges, who wrote The Purple Cow. And as we know, many of them now are vulgar and start with that first line about someone from Nantucket. There once was a man from Nantucket who kept all of his cash in a bucket. But his daughter, named Nan, ran away with a man. Oh, and as for the bucket, Nantucket. Nonsense poem. There's no cow in Nantucket. The Purple Cow by Gelette Burges was also a nonsense poem, which is a type of literature. You might know things by Mother Goose, like This Little Piggy Went to Market, This Little Piggy Stayed Home, or things that had to do with maybe being healthy, like Ring Around the Rosie, which I understand is about the plague, or by Lewis Carroll, Humpty Dumpty, also a nonsense poem. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Nonsense poems. But Purple Cow, not political, not about health. It's just about rather seeing one than being one.